Hey yo, what is good boys? It's your boy Loroy back again with another video. In today's video we're going to talk about how to drop high kill games in Fortnite Chapter 2. I've seen tons of videos about this, but most of them seem to either be insanely long or just don't get to the actual point of how to get more kills, etc. Last season was definitely challenging with barely any transportation and no sort of meta, but Chapter 2 is definitely looking better for dropping high kill games with the many new added locations and different styles of transportation around the map. So if you guys are here for the rest of the video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for 10 boxes of cookies at your front door. Now I know this may seem fake, but trust me, it's actually 100% guaranteed. But anyways guys, all jokes aside, without further more to do, let's get into the video. Anyways, today I'll be teaching you a few tips and tricks on how to drop these high kill games and even reach double digits and hopefully higher numbers like 18, 20, or whatever number you're going for. Now before we start talking about all of this, it's important to note that you should have somewhat skill in building, editing, and aiming. These skills don't come naturally and you're going to have to play a lot if you want to get better at these type of things. Creative is definitely a big component of getting better, and if you want to practice more, make sure to work on whatever you feel you need. There are tons of things you can do such as editing, building, and aim courses. Even playing zoners with your friends can help you play better and survive longer in games. I will also be linking a few maps in the description that I actually use myself every day to get better. Overall, practice makes perfect, and if you don't constantly practice these things, your chances of getting better are not as likely. Not everyone is perfect, and almost everyone can find ways to get better and things to work on. Now let's talk about the actual Battle Royale part of the game that you guys came here for. We'll be talking about all types of situations, including early, mid, and late game. All of these tips can be used in different scenarios, so be sure to use them accurately. So for early game, the bus really depicts where everyone's going to land, and which location is going to be the most popular. The locations located at the beginning of the bus are key when trying to get high kill games. Your starting kills are the most important, and obviously getting a few kills off spawn can help you choose which fights to engage in, depending on your loot and how many kills you got off spawn. If you're trying to get those high kill games, you have to keep in mind that looting fast and always staying on the lookout is very important. Think about it this way, if you take those extra 5 minutes to loot and take your time, and 10 people die, well that's already 10 enemies out of your game. Rotating from your spawn location after you've killed all enemies is also something to note. Depending on how fast you loot and get yourself situated, you should then travel to other locations searching for more players or enemies. Now keeping all that said, that doesn't mean don't heal up or leave fights if needed. If you somehow get shotgunned and have half health, don't just keep fighting, go heal up or box up somewhere else. Also, don't be thirsty for every player you see, just know what fights you should take and overall just be smart about it. That being said, there are a few forms of mobility that you can use to travel faster and find more people. These include boats, which can be found all across the map near water, choppas/helicopters that can be found in 8 locations across the map, as shown on screen. And when choosing a place to land or rotate to, it is important to keep in mind which transportation is useful. One of the most common forms is using launch pads. Now I know some people like to save their launch pads for late game so they have an escape, but sometimes you should use them if you're looking to get more kills so you can scout people in the air from a distance. Now the last form of fast travel is the grappler, which you can use to travel super fast. The grappler is a rare find and can only be found in one location known as the Shark, so it may be challenging to fight with tons of people going for it. All of these ways of travel are useful and some are more common than others, so make sure to know what you're dealing with when traveling around. When looking for players, it's important to scan various areas and constantly look at points of interest for gunshots, building, and whatever else. There's usually always people at named locations, even mid-game and late game. Most people will leave their location after killing all enemies, but that doesn't mean other people won't travel through the location looking for more kills and fights. It may be hard scouting for enemies, but if going to another location doesn't help you, then make sure to stay in that area and wait, because you're almost guaranteed to have someone travel close to you within minutes. They might not be at your specific location, but instead they might be in the fields or around you, rotating from other locations. Obviously, looking for players is not the only important thing when trying to get high kill games. You also have to know how to kill them and have some sort of skill. I know it sounds scummy, but as of right now, any type of explosive is overpowered. Using C4s or a rocket launcher can definitely help your chance of survival and help you kill the enemy you're fighting. I also recommend to hold a variety of weapons when fighting someone. I usually seem to hold an AR, shotgun, SMG or rocket launcher, and some heals on the side such as big or small shields. Holding a few weapons is a huge advantage so you can use them at different ranges and more. Some people prefer different loadouts, so make sure to use the one that works best for you. Now that we've talked about mid-game, let's talk more about endgame and the factors that you should keep in mind. Endgame can be played in various ways, but the most used are either boxing up and waiting for an enemy, or consistently pushing enemies around you. This may be hard, as Chapter 2 has definitely had some of the sweatiest lobbies I've seen in the whole game throughout all the seasons. All the tryhards make it to last, so playing it cautiously is important. Your goal shouldn't be to have tons of people alive endgame, you should try to minimize and kill as much people as you can so you don't have a chaotic end of the match. Having a ton of people when the circle is small makes it very hard to get those final kills and win the match. If you're in a situation where you weren't able to eliminate all players endgame, make sure to have most of the walls around you so that if someone decides to push you, that you have an advantage against them. Overall, don't be mad if you die a few times from trying to get these high kill games. Practice makes perfect, and there's only one way of getting better, which is playing the game. You'll start seeing changes in your style of play as you go along, so just keep doing you and work on yourself. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate all the support on my videos and streams lately. You guys have been actually crushing it. All the streams been popping, everything's been popping. I appreciate all of that, guys. I really do. I'm planning on actually consistently uploading multiple times a week, so stay tuned for all of that. But it's been your boy, Loroy. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Peace.